Ethan Carter gripped the steering wheel until his knuckles whitened, the engine idling in the dim glow of a flickering street lamp. The apartment building loomed ahead, peeling paint, rusted railings, a far cry from the life he'd once imagined. A stack of overdue bills sat on the passenger seat, each envelope a fresh weight on his chest. His phone buzzed. Working late again. Don't wait up. Love you. Sophia. He exhaled sharply, thumb hovering over the screen. 3 nights this week. Always an excuse, extra shifts, last-minute meetings. He knew she was trying to keep them afloat, but the silence between them had grown teeth. The office the next morning was a blur of fluorescent lights and murmured gossip. Ethan's cubicle felt like a cage. Across the room, laughter erupted from a group of junior associates, ones he'd trained. They'd gotten the promotions. He hadn't. Ethan. The voice was deep, commanding. Marcus Johnson stood in the doorway of his glass-walled office, tailored suit hugging broad shoulders, gold watch glinting under the harsh lights. The man was a force, 6'4", skin like polished mahogany, a smile that could disarm or destroy. Come in. Ethan's throat tightened. He'd never been alone with the CEO before. Marcus's office smelled of leather and expensive cologne. Floor-to-ceiling windows framed the city below, a kingdom Marcus ruled without apology. He didn't sit. Instead, he poured 2 glasses of bourbon, sliding one toward Ethan. You've been here 5 years, Marcus said, swirling his drink. And yet, you're still stuck in that cubicle. Ethan's jaw clenched. I've put in the work. Work isn't enough. Marcus leaned against his desk, eyes locking onto Ethan's. You're smart, but you're too damn quiet. People forget you exist. The truth stung. Ethan swallowed the bourbon, the burn matching the heat in his gut. Marcus smirked. I could change that. Check slid across the desk. Ethan's breath hitched at the number. Enough to wipe out his debts, enough to give Sophia the life she deserved. But nothing was free. Marcus's gaze darkened. I want you at my estate this weekend. The implication hung between them, thick and suffocating. Ethan's pulse roared in his ears. This wasn't a business trip. You're not stupid, Marcus murmured. You know what I'm offering. Ethan should have walked out. Should have thrown the check in his face. Instead, he stared at it. The drive home was a haze. Sophia's keys jingled in the door just as he shoved the check into his wallet. Hey, she said, exhaustion lining her smile. Her scrubs were rumpled, her hair pulled into a messy bun. Beautiful. Always beautiful. Ethan kissed her, guilt sour on his tongue. Long day. Always. She dropped onto the couch, wincing as she rubbed her feet. But we're close to saving for the house. Just a little longer. The check in his wallet felt like a grenade. He should tell her. Should confess. But when he opened his mouth, all he said was, I love you. And when Marcus texted an hour later, Friday, 8 p.m. Don't be late. Ethan replied with a single word. Okay. Rain lashed against Ethan's windshield as he navigated the winding road to Marcus's estate. Each mile deepened the pit in his stomach. He'd lied to Sophia, told her it was a work retreat. She'd kissed him goodbye without suspicion, her trust like a knife between his ribs. The iron gates loomed ahead, parting silently at his approach. The mansion beyond was a monolith of glass and steel, illuminated against the storm. Ethan parked, gripping the wheel until his hands ached. You can still leave. But the check in his pocket burned through the thought. Marcus answered the door himself, barefoot, wearing a silk robe that clung to his frame. The scent of sandalwood and cigar smoke rolled off him. You came. His voice was a low purr. Ethan's throat went dry. I didn't have a choice. Marcus laughed, stepping aside. Everyone has a choice. You just liked mine better. The foyer swallowed Ethan whole. Marble floors, modern art, a chandelier like frozen lightning. Wealth dripped from every surface, mocking his threadbare dignity. "Drink." Marcus handed him a tumbler of amber liquid. Ethan downed it. Liquid courage. Dinner was a performance. Marcus served seared scallops and wine older than Ethan's marriage, his gaze never wavering. "Tell me about Sophia." The suddenness of it made Ethan flinch. "What? Your wife?" Marcus swirled his wine. "Does she know you're here?" The lie came easily. "She thinks it's business." "Clever." Marcus's smile didn't reach his eyes. "But lying to her won't make this easier." Ethan's fork clattered against the plate. "What do you want from me?" Marcus leaned in. "Everything." The pool house was all glass, the storm outside a blur beyond the steam. Marcus didn't ask. He took Ethan's wrist, his waist, his breath. His mouth was hot, demanding, nothing like Sophia's softness. Ethan should have pushed him away. Instead he pulled him closer. Skin on skin, the world narrowed to heat and hands and the ragged sound of his own shame. Marcus's teeth grazed his neck, possessive. "You belong to me tonight." And God help him, Ethan obeyed. After, Ethan stared at the ceiling, Marcus's arm heavy across his chest. The rain had stopped. The silence was worse. Regret already. Marcus traced idle circles on Ethan's stomach. Ethan closed his eyes. "This was a mistake." Marcus chuckled. "No. A mistake would have been saying no." He sat up, reaching for his robe. "The money's yours. But this isn't over." Ethan's pulse spiked. "What?" Marcus tossed an envelope onto the bed. Inside, another check. Larger. "Next Friday." Marcus's smile was a blade. "Same time." Ethan drove home at dawn, his body aching in ways he couldn't name. Sophia was still asleep when he slipped into bed. He curled around her, breathing in her shampoo, her warmth. Her phone buzzed on the nightstand. A text lit up the screen. Asterisk, did he take the bait? Asterisk, unknown number. Ethan froze. Ethan's fingers hovered over Sophia's phone, the glow of the screen cutting through the dark bedroom. The message seared into his vision. Did he take the bait? His pulse hammered against his ribs. Who the hell was texting her? And what bait? The mattress shifted as Sophia murmured in her sleep, rolling toward him. Ethan quickly locked the phone and set it down, his mind racing. Morning came too soon. Sophia hummed in the kitchen, scrambling eggs like it was any other day. Ethan studied her, the way her hips swayed to the radio, the faint smile on her lips. Had it all been an act? "You're quiet," she said, sliding a plate toward him. He forced a smile. "Just tired." Her phone buzzed. She glanced at it, then tucked it into her pocket without reaction. Ethan's stomach twisted. Work was a minefield. Marcus's office door was closed, but Ethan could feel his presence like a shadow. He jumped when his own phone vibrated. "Tonight. My place. Don't make me wait." Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Ethan deleted it, but the command clung to him. He couldn't go back. Not after seeing that text. Not when nothing made sense. At lunch, he scrolled through Sophia's social media. Nothing unusual. Then he checked their shared bank account. $15,000 deposit 2 weeks ago. "Just a bonus," she'd said when he'd asked. His coffee turned to acid in his throat. The gym bag in their closet was packed. Ethan stared at it, heart pounding. Sophia never traveled for work. He unzipped it. Toiletries, a black dress, heels. And a note. "Estate security will escort you." He can't know. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. The room tilted. Marcus's text came at 6 p.m. Change of plans. "Meet me at the Windsor Hotel. Suite 42. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Ethan's fingers shook as he replied. "Who else is coming?" The 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Wouldn't you like to know?" The Windsor was all crystal and quiet luxury. Suite 42's door was ajar. Ethan pushed it open. Marcus stood by the window, tie loose, drink in hand. And Sophia, in the black dress from the bag, perched on the arm of a chair, her smile sharp as broken glass. "Took you long enough," she said. Marcus smirked. "Told you he'd follow the money." Ethan's world shattered.